know how many of you remember this story, but about a year ago, we covered on this show that President Trump was rushed to the hospital. He went to Walter Reed in the middle of the day, and they broke protocol by having Trump's doctor in the car with him as they went to Walter Reed. And not many outlets picked up the story. There were just a few lefty print outlets online that ran with the story. But we covered it here. I thought there was just enough information where it sounded credible, where I should talk about it on the show, and I did. And, we speculated. I mean, obviously, if you're rushing to the hospital and you're breaking protocol and your doctor's with you, that something happened. Something happened where they felt like it was necessary, because there's also a lot of, medical stuff in the White House. Only, the most severe things can't be handled in the White House. So something happened. They weren't open about it. Afterwards, Trump said something along the lines of, just completing a portion of my physical. That's it. Just a portion of my yearly physical. As if you do it, in portions. You don't. A physical doesn't work like that. So it was sketchy. Well, now this story came back up because a new book is released. And in the book, sources close to the White House said there indeed was a medical emergency. And it was so bad that they had Pence on standby. If Trump had to go under general anesthesia, Pence was on standby to be sworn in to be president while Trump was under general anesthesia. Whoa. So, on Fox News of all outlets, Brett Baer asked Mike Pence about this incident. Look at how uncomfortable Pence is, and look at how... he's almost certainly lying with the stuff he says because of how careful he is with his words. Watch.
Another thing, the president tweeted out today, it never ends. Now they're trying to say your favorite president, me, went to Walter Reed Medical Center having suffered a series of mini strokes. Never happened to this candidate. Fake news. Perhaps they're referring to another candidate from another party. This refers to Michael Schmidt's book where he says the president went to Walter Reed, which in fact happened in November of last year. He says in the book that you were put on alert to take control, to take office, essentially, if he went under for anesthesia. Is that true?
President Donald Trump is in excellent health. And, Brett, I'm always informed of the president's movements. And whether it was on that day or any other day, I'm informed. But there was nothing out of the ordinary about that moment or that day. And I just refer any other questions to the White House physician.
But as far as being on standby?
I don't recall being told to be on standby. I was informed that the president had a doctor's appointment, and
I don't want to spend too much time on it, but I just want to.
Yeah, I got to tell you, part of this job is you're always on standby. As your vice president of the United States, but the American people can be confident that this president is in remarkable good health, and every single day I see that energy in high relief.
I saw a number of people on social media say, I had no idea about this and I didn't really think about it, but now with Trump vehemently denying it and Pence answering the way he answered right there, now I'm convinced something happened. Because that was weird, bro. He could not give a straight answer. None of that was a straight answer. By the way, when Trump tweeted, now they're trying to say your favorite president had a series of mini strokes, fake news. No, I didn't see anybody. Now, maybe I missed it, to be fair, but I didn't see any outlets or anybody argue that Trump had, quote, mini strokes. What I saw was people saying the Pence standby thing. That's what I saw. That's what I heard. That's what's in the book. In the book, they say that Pence was on standby to be sworn in. That was the news. That was the news. And then Trump chimes in and says, it's fake news. I never had mini strokes. But nobody said that. Nobody said that. By the way, I didn't even know mini stroke was a thing. Is that a thing? I know, strokes can vary in how serious they are, but mini stroke? I'm not saying anything else, man. I'm just pointing out that the story was Pence had to be on standby to be sworn in. I didn't see anybody mention mini strokes until Trump mentioned it. Now let's go through his answer. I like when he's asked, well, is it true that you were on standby? His response is, Trump is in excellent health. You didn't answer the question. That didn't answer the question. Were you on standby to be sworn in because he had something medical that had to get done? Trump is in excellent health. That's a dodge. You just dodged. You just dodged. He could be in excellent health now. What was going on back then? Quote, he says, quote, I'm always informed about the president's movements, and I refer any further questions to the White House physician. You're telling me that something didn't go on? It sounds for sure like something went on. And then the way he said, quote, I don't recall being told to be on standby. Like he phrased it like a question. I don't recall. Oh, you don't recall. Okay. That's not the same thing as saying, no, I wasn't told to be on standby. And then he goes on to say, in this job, you're always on standby. Okay, something happened. I mean, come on. Something definitely happened, bro. Something happened. Something happened. And in Trump's mind, he doesn't want it to get out because he thinks like, oh, that makes you look weak if you have some sort of like medical condition, some medical issue happened. Imagine that, the mindset of that, like, that's such a childish way of viewing stuff, isn't it? I mean, FDR was in a wheelchair and was one of the best presidents in U.S. history. He's in a wheelchair. See, in Trump's mind, it's about the optics. And he actually said, I mean, I think it was in his book, Art of the Deal, he talks about this. He talks about how people want to believe in something bigger than them. They want to think that there's something that's greater than them, better than them, above them, like superhuman in a way. And I think he tries to like fulfill that role for some people. So he would never come out with something like this because he thinks it portrays him as weak if you had some sort of medical issue or whatever. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so anyway, do I think something happened? Yes. Do I know what it is? Of course I don't. I have no idea what it is. But I do hope we get all the facts at some point. But you never know. They might hide it, or they might give us 7 different potential events that happen, and then we're just stuck permanently in limbo as to what exactly happened. But, man, to be a fly on the wall there. If anybody is in the White House inner circle, let me know what happened. I'm very curious.